Welcome back, guys. It's Stevie G's boys over here, and today we're going to talk about the Allegory in the Cave. So, pretty much, this was a document that we read, and it's pretty famous throughout time. A lot of people have read it, and we found some pretty interesting things about it. So, we'll go ahead and start off with that.
So the allegory of the cave was basically kind of like a philosophical perspective through Socrates, and it was basically people stuck in a cave with a campfire behind them, and the shadows were casting on a wall while the prisoners were shackled and facing the wall, and that kind of taught to recognize because all the people recognized were the shadows, and these are really just false perceptions of the people, and they can't really tell what's real or not. And then later on, one of them gets free and they see the real world, and then when he comes back and tells the others, he sees there's a bunch of opportunity and everything, and then the other prisoners just don't believe him, and majority of them don't go with him.
Yeah, a huge part about this story is not the truth really, but I guess the truth and how a certain individual sees it. So this is why those prisoners who were still in the cave were afraid of leaving, because this is what they had known. And once they started leaving, they were still sore from being in there for so long, so it would be painful and it wouldn't be comfortable to them. So they wouldn't appreciate it as much as someone who was more accustomed to these outside and exterior forces who would understand it a little better.
And going off of that, this kind of gives us the mind frame that he wants us to kind of explore where we're not comfortable, even though it takes effort. Like most people don't try to find new knowledge, and rather they just stay with what they recognize.
Yeah, I agree, because it's much easier to just stay with what you know. Don't expand your horizons, especially for kids that are so accustomed to things. They're just like, oh, I'm going to take the easy road and not take the high road and find new stuff that will help me better.
Especially when people are trapped in a little bubble.
Yeah.
Where they just don't try to enter out of it.
And then their parents are like, no, you can't exit out of the bubble. But then you got to free yourself from the shackles. Your parents are your shackles.
So in life, there are a lot of moments where you think you might know the truth, but then it's really not the actual truth. It's just a falsehood that you're gonna have to deal with. So one example of this, which can be showed pretty much anywhere, but especially in my life in particular, is a catfish. So many of you know what a catfish is. It's when someone pretends to be someone they're not, and they like someone. So yeah.
It's a great show.
Pretty much, yeah, it is a show on MTV. Thanks, Claude. No, but so this has happened before. Someone said that they were someone else. I didn't know this person. It was over the internet, and we were talking for a little while, and then out of nowhere, she just kind of stopped being a girl and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm actually a guy. I'm not really a girl." I was like, "Wow." So it really blew my mind, and it was not a good experience. So I really regret being in that situation. So this is a perfect example of how.
Don't you just hate being in those situations?
Yeah.
Talking about false perception, Jesus.
Geez, it happens every week.
Yeah. There's how the shackles kind of hold down the prisoners from seeing the real world and whatnot. There's a lot of things that shackle our mind and shackle us in real life. And one of those things is technology. Technology, we're all so focused on it and how it's advancing that we don't really get to see the real world and what's really out there in nature and in the world. There's so much more things to do than just sit around on technology.
And also I feel social media is a huge thing that shackles the mind. We kind of choose who we want to follow, and a lot of them are celebrities and famous people like Kim Kardashian, even though I hate her so much. But she's it's kind of giving you a false reality of stuff, and everyone wants to be in that reality to make themselves feel better, but really it's just a stupid reality that you really shouldn't be looking at, because I just hate her so much. So
That's deep.
Yeah, even with technology, like when you go on vacation, you bring your phones with you and cameras, and like all you want to do is post on social media, take photos of random stuff. So you don't really see the true beauty
You don't live
of
in the
life.
moment.
Yeah, you don't live in the moment. You just live in your phone. You live off the screen,
Yeah.
and you only see what the screen shows you.
It's really important to just take a step back sometimes. Think about simpler things.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you always go home and charge your phone. Like, that's crazy. You know how many people charge their phone at the end of the day?
So this was pretty much our ideas on the Allegory of the cave. So yeah, if you like this, like and subscribe for more content each week. And Christ is our harbor. We are Bavarian.